Hi friends, I hope you are well. We meet again for a new video on your channel Barça Spotlight. Thank you to all those who have already subscribed and all those who subscribe to our channel. If you like the content, please share it with your loved ones. The 5 keys to Barca's turnaround at the Metropolitano. Hansi Flick knew how to move the right pieces for Barca to pull off an impossible comeback against Atletico, and the players always believed in it. Barca played 2 games on Sunday at the Metropolitano, one until the 70th minute, unsuccessfully trying to impose their more traditional style of football, and another starting from Atletico's 2-0, with Hansi Flick successfully moving pieces not only from the bench, but also on the board. The German coach surprised Simeone, who until then had managed to short-circuit one of the most common ways to create danger within the Barca team, connecting with Dani Olmo in attacking midfield. In addition, thanks to extraordinary defensive coordination, he managed to make Raphinha and Lamine uncomfortable on the wings. Pedri, desperate, could not find passing lines. Despite Casado's exemplary attitude of solidarity, the last-minute absence of De Jong stood out due to his attempts to break the lines, and on the counter-attack came goals from Julian Alvarez and Sorloth. But everything changed after the Norwegians' 2-0 lead. These were the keys. The veterans take the first step, just in case the youngsters were beginning to be troubled by the result against them. The determination of Iñigo Martinez, 33, appeared to emerge from his zone and break through the lines with a determined shot and even a deft cut before finding Lewandowski, 36, with a somewhat powerful pass, but enough for the Pole to chest the ball down and finish with his left foot. A superb goal that gave wings and confidence to Barca. Flick encouraged his players to take the initiative with the ball, but Atletico saw their advances controlled by the controlled ball of a long-distance runner like Balde. This is not the main characteristic of Casado either, who had already given his position to Eric. Iñigo took the risk and was rewarded. Midfield change. Barely having entered the pitch with the score at 1-0, he lost the ball, making it 2-0. But after his mistake and his final shot, many things happened. But Eric overcame the challenge and was one of the key factors in the comeback, with his anticipation and vision to find the unmarked player. Without Casado, who had become exhausted and injured his knee, ensuring tactical balance, Eric was the closest thing to the growing De Jong, who had earned a starting spot. Pedri worked better with him, and Eric did it again because while at the Metropolitano they went from 1-0 down to 2-4 with him on the pitch, in Lisbon he came on when the score was 4-2, and Barca won 5-4 in the Liga phase of the Champions League. Freedom for the star, not punishment. More than one manager with varying degrees of success would have substituted Raphinha in the 70th minute. The Brazilian, always impeccable off the ball, was struggling offensively, and it was clear it wasn't his day, period. But Flick treated him like the world-class star he had become under his command, and he moved him out to the left flank, yes, not to send him packing, but to give him the freedom to figure out how to do damage. And from the attacking midfield he placed more emphasis on playmaking and positioning towards the right wing, where Reinildo already found 2 left-footers, one ready to face him, the young player, and another ready to place crosses into the box with his bad foot in search of Lewandowski and Ferran, to whom he put the ball for 2-2 on his head and the ball for 2-4 on his foot after stealing it in the high pressure. He left with 2 assists, and on a bad day. 2 battering rams. While Raphinha struggled to find his way, Ferran took his place on the left flank, but only to cope with Atletico's pressure when the ball was released. When Barca attacked, he was the second striker, taking advantage of the fact that Lewandowski had already worn down Lenormand and Lenglet. But he didn't start statically but diagonally, relying on the Brazilian's left foot with a modified spin, as in the header in the 2-2. In some matches with this formula, he has stepped on Luis' toes by making similar runs, but this time, the connection was perfect. In the 2-1 Poland draw, Ferran was already causing problems for the central defenders, and he finished the 2-4 with quality. Justice for the most persistent. In Barca's worst moments, or those most lacking in ideas, Lamine Yamal was the most recognizable player. He hit the post early on when the score was 0-0 and narrowly missed another shot to make it 1-0 early in the second half. But with every control and every dribble, he made his teammates believe. He persisted, saw the light, when Raphinha also lowered his guard by approaching his flank, and, following a pass from Pedri, he placed the ball on his left foot after cutting in and shooting decisively from the edge of the box. The ball hit Reinildo and bewildered Oblak, making the score 2-3, a well-deserved reward for a 17-year-old taking on adult responsibilities. The problem for Barça was that this overwork led to 2 injuries for Casadó and Iñigo Martinez, and the season entered its decisive phase. The response was wonderful, but it's better not to take their chances next time. After his brace against Atletico Madrid, the Blaugrana striker has now scored 15 goals off the bench, trailing only Julio Salinas with 19 and Leo Messi with 39. Barça secured 3 crucial points against Atletico Madrid, 2-4, thanks to goals from Robert Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres twice. The Valencian striker has found the net 8 times this season off the bench and has already scored 15 goals as a substitute since joining the Blaugrana from Manchester City in January 2022. In the history of the Barcelona club, only Julio Salinas with 19 and Leo Messi with 39 have more years. In addition to the 2 goals against Atletico in Sunday's 2-4 draw, he scored against Real Valladolid, 7-0, against Las Palmas, 1-2 at home, against Betis, 2-2, 2 in Dortmund against Borussia Mönchengladbach in a key victory, 2-3, and in the Cup against Betis, 5-1. In other seasons, Ferran scored 3 goals in the 2023-24 season, 3 more in 2022-23, and 1 in 2021-22 against Elche. Of these, 10 have been capped in the league, 4 in the Champions League, and 1 in the Cup. Throughout the campaign, the Valencian player competed in a total of 1,127 minutes, divided between all the competitions that resulted in scoring 13 goals, some of them being revulsive. The average result is a game of about 86 minutes where it was valid to enjoy the confidence of Luis de la Fuente, and his players were in these final quarters of the Nations League against the National League, with the players in Rotterdam and the victory in Valencia. The Pole matched Mbappe's brace with a stunning goal against Atletico Madrid and now sits 5 points behind Mohamed Salah in the European standings. Robert Lewandowski's goal against Atletico de Madrid triggered Barça's comeback operation. Following a pass from Iñigo Martinez, the Pole fired home a left-footed shot that Jan Oblak couldn't stop. The score was 2-1 in the 72nd minute, and the Azulgranas ended up winning 4-2 at the Metropolitano. Louis has already scored 22 goals so far in the league and 35 in total for the season. His campaign is fantastic, and as leader of the Pichichi with 2 more than Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid, Barça's 9 is second in the Golden Boot standings, surpassed only by Mohamed Salah, who has 27 with Liverpool. Pending Barca's confirmation of his absence after officially stating that he is suffering from a ligamentous injury in his right knee, the midfielder would be out for at least 11 matches but could have said goodbye to the season. While Barça awaits the official announcement of his injury, after confirming that Marc Casadó suffers a ligament injury in his right knee, the Barça midfielder could miss at least 12 matches, in addition to a hypothetical Champions League semi-final and a possible Copa del Rey final. In fact, it is not excluded that Casadó will miss the rest of the season, so in addition to the matches already counted if his absence was 2 months, we must also add the last 2 league games, Barça Villarreal and Athletic Barça, and a possible Champions League final scheduled for May 31st in Munich. Thanks for watching. Thanks also to those who took 2 seconds to give it a thumbs up, and the comment to reference it helps the channel enormously. Don't hesitate to subscribe and activate the bell. If you haven't already, thanks again, keep up the good work, and see you soon for a new video.